Hey trainers, welcome back to Pokemon Deck Check. I'm the Dancing Bear at first base, and today I'm going to be going over this new card that I found, and kind of liking it. It's Inteleon V. Alright, so the second attack it does 130. I think this is really good in the ADP deck. If you throw it in there, it's a good counter to Scorch, because you'll be able to one-shot him hitting for that 320. And I do think it's better than Milotic. Milotic, you have to attach 4 energies to it. Most of them are water. And then you get the one shot. But this is way more efficient. It's 3 for a 1-hit KO. I also don't think its first attack is that bad. 40 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's a good snipe. For 1 water energy, it does just fine. And then the VMAX. I'm liking this VMAX. I think it might be playable. Since Dragapult's going to have to sit down, take a back seat, because Eternatus is just going to scare it off. The dark Pokemon is just way too big and too big of a problem to deal with. Hitting for the Okos, just bam, bam, bam. Yeah. Dragapult's not going to be able to keep up. So something new is going to need to come and replace its spot. So what the Inteleon does, the VMAX, for 1 water energy, it hits for 60. And then your opponent puts an energy from that Pokemon into your hand. Alright, that's a pretty good first attack. You're hitting for 60 for 1 energy, which is solid. We saw that with the Dragapult too, where it was hitting for 60 and it was going through all effects on that Pokemon. But they have to put a water energy from their Pokemon into their hand. That's a really good second part of the attack. So that's like what a lot of the supporters do, is put an energy from that active Pokemon into their hand or on the top of their deck. That's what Nina does. You're basically doing that with this attack, and you're hitting for a solid 60. So by then, you're slowing them down enough where you can put the 3 water energies onto your Inteleon VMAX. And once you do get the 3 water energies, you're going to be hitting for 160 and then a 60 snipe to the bench. This is better than the Dragapult's attack. Dragapult was only hitting for 130. So for that extra energy, you're doing 30 more damage to the active, setting up for a clean 2-hit KOs on a whole bunch of things. And then you're shooting for 60 onto the bench. This is fantastic. Dragapult's was only, put 5? Might have been put 6. I think it's put 5, though. So, with the putting 6 on the bench, you're going to be hitting the 3 shots on the Denes, Crobats, 60 damage to set up a knockout for their next attacking Pokemon, and the 160. Jeez, 160, and then you do it again, 320. That's what most VMAX Pokemon have, 320 HP. And if they have more, easy solution. Put down a Zigzagoon, do 10 to the active, and then you're hitting the one shot again. Or put down 2 Zigzagoons, run Scoop Up Net, scoop them up, set up a knockout on the opponent's bench Pokemon. So how I would run it is, for sure, a 4-4 or 4-3 line. Okay? And then run your 1 Crobat, 1 Dedenne, run 3 Zigzagoons, because you're going to need the Zigzagoons to do damage. And then you'll be running the 4 Scoop Up Nets. If you want to, 4 Jirachis for consistency, and then run the balloons for them. And then for supporters, 4 Professor's Research, 4 Marnie, 4 Boss's Orders. And then for energies, maybe 9 or 10. 9 or 10 to be safe. Run a couple Evo Scents. And then a tech that I would like to put would be Suicune. Alright. What the Suicune does is, for 3 waters, you're hitting for 120 or 130. And then put 2 water energies from it back into your hand. Okay? That's really good. So if it gets knocked out, you're not sacrificing all 3 of those water energies, because that's 1/3 of your energies. You don't want that to be spent on a little basic and then for it to just poof, be gone. So putting it back into your hand allows you to reattach it onto your Pokemon, and I'm a big fan of that. I think it's super good. Another option you have to run for a tech is a Lapras V. If you're into that, then you can run it. And then, of course, run your 4 Quick Balls, and then there's probably some smaller techs that you can fit in there. I don't know if that was 60 cards or not. I don't think it was. But I think this deck could be a good fit for the meta. You beat Scorch, you're one-shotting it with both the regular V and the VMAX. I see this as a bad matchup for them. If you play against the ADP deck, you're two-shotting them and they're two-shotting you, but doing the 60 damage to the bench, that's what's going to win you the prize exchange. So they're going to two-shot you, but you're going to two-shot them and then take a knockout on the Dedenne. So that's going to be 4 prizes for them, and then that's going to be 4 prizes for you, and then they don't have a way to one-shot you, so if you can get the easy 2-shot on something else, then you win. I don't know. It might be 50-50 on that matchup. We would have to do testing of the deck, which hopefully we'll go and sleeve it up and we'll show you some gameplay of it when we get some time. And then, so you got Scorch. If you're going against Dragapult, I think you got that against Dragapult. You're hitting the 2 shots on the Dragapults, and they have to 3-shot you. So, right there, that tells you how that's going to go. Then, Tea Party. You got this against Tea Party. You got the 40 snipe, you got the 60 for 1 for an easy KO, and you can power it up and hit 160 and then 60 to take 2 prizes. That's looking really good. Okay. And then, let's see. If you play against Colossal. Alright. 160. You're probably 3-shotting them and they're 2-shotting you. But if you can get the Colossal into the active and Hydro snipe it for 60, then remove energy, and then set it up for the 160, or even the 160 3 times, and then a max bullet for KO, they don't have an answer to Hydro snipe. They just don't. It's slow, attaching one. I don't know. So that could be 50-50 depending on. We would have to test that one out too. Let's see. More matchups. The Salamander. Okay. Salamander isn't very consistent. You're going to be able to just boof right past them, hitting for 60. That's going to slow them down tremendously. Then hitting for the 160 and then 160 and then placing 60 and 60. It's too much. And they can't get the one shot. They can't even get the one shot if the Salamander V does its attack to do 30 to everything. So I think that matchup, you're set up really good. No. Well, hopefully, in the future, you'll probably see us build this deck, sleeve it up, and test it, because I think it can have a place in this meta. And I hope y'all enjoyed. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.